Chevy El Camino, the hard-working truck for those people who want the utility and function of a truck, but aren't ready to give up the style or comfort of a passenger car. No other manufacturer outside of General Motors offers anything like it. And El Camino is an alternative for the customer who is considering an import pickup. The differences between El Camino and the imports are striking. Many people consider compact pickups because of the erroneous idea that an import is better simply because it's an import. What they often don't realize is that El Camino offers a whole host of standard features not found on Datsun, Dodge Ram 50, Ford Courier, and Toyota. People actually give up a good deal that they could have with an El Camino. The imports are lighter, smaller. They have shorter wheelbases with narrower tracks. None have front and rear full coil spring suspension. Compare the best-selling import, Toyota, against El Camino, for example. With standard features like heavy insulation under the hood and extensive use of sound-deadening materials in the passenger compartment, the El Camino simply does a better job of making the ride quiet. Now, here's a demonstration to make the point. This meter is registering the level of sound inside the El Camino to see how well it insulates the sound of the jackhammer. And here's a meter reading sound in the Toyota under the same conditions. Notice the difference between the two. More sound of the jackhammer is being heard inside the Toyota. Inside the imports, all of them, the standard interiors are at best Spartan. There's no carpeting, few appointments. Would you rather spend driving time in an interior like this Toyota or one like this? It's simply more luxurious. 3 can sit comfortably, while the imports handle only 2. And El Camino offers more room for shoulders and legs than any import pickup. Now, check some of the other things the buyer of a base-equipped pickup gives up, but which are all part of El Camino's standard value. Foam-padded headliner, cut pile carpeting, standard power steering and power brakes, and back here, carpeted space for cargo, plus concealed space here. There's very little behind the seat space in the typical import. It's much smaller, no carpeting, and unfinished. An import buyer gives up this kind of standard value, as well as the possibility of getting a number of comfort and convenience options, all available for El Camino. Here's a sampling of El Camino's options, not available on any compact pickup. Extra capacity 22-gallon fuel tank, cargo box side rails, tonneau cover, power door locks, power windows, 6 different sound systems, 6-way power seat, comfort tilt steering wheel, automatic speed control. Many people just don't realize the kind of value you get with the El Camino when compared with a smaller compact pickup. That's why it's so important for you to sell and demonstrate El Camino's versatility, comfort, convenience, ride, and what's under the hood as well. Most compact pickups limit buyers to a choice of only 2 4-cylinder engines. El Camino's standard V6 offers more SAE net horsepower and torque than any of them. More power for cruising, passing, and moving a load. And with an EPA estimated MPG like this, it's still in the ballpark of the imports. Plus, there's a choice of optional V8 power for trailering or other higher horsepower demands. If an import buyer wants to pull a trailer, he can, but only up to 2,000 pounds. With proper equipment, El Camino tows up to 5,000 pounds, 3,000 more than any compact pickup. And that's an important consideration and a big sales point to make with many prospects. Now consider the utility of the El Camino to handle a load. As I mentioned, gross payload is 1,250 pounds, over half a ton. That's about the same as a full-size conventional half-ton pickup. Toyota, Datsun, and Courier are all rated at 1,400 pounds. But let's take this an important step further and compare how the cargo is carried. I have a 20-pound sledgehammer. Let's see what happens. The El Camino buyer gets cargo box sides that are double-walled steel for rigidity and protection. It'll take an awfully big dent on the inside to show here on the outside. The box sides of the compact pickups do not have double-wall construction. Watch this.
Hi! 고만하게 굿다사이. 아니지. 말없이와 안진상. 아니지.
Well, anyway, I think the point's been made. We've covered several good reasons why El Camino is a practical choice for half-ton pickup prospects, a stylish, comfortable alternative to those who don't really need a conventional full-size pickup, a roomy, value-packed alternative to that compact pickup.
Mm-hmm. That's very nice.
Some say that a van is nothing more than a big box on wheels, but that's too simple a description. A prime reason why so many people turn to a van is because it's an efficient package to haul large, heavy cargoes or plenty of people in an enclosed, lockable space. Wide side and rear doors and a long interior loading length help make loading and unloading easy. Placement of the driver and passenger allows for a large cargo area while maintaining a relatively short overall length on the outside for good maneuverability in city traffic. Because efficiency is a major reason to buy a van, it should be a major criterion when comparing one van with another. And we can divide efficiency into two major categories: economy of operation and utility. Use these criteria when comparing a Chevy van with its major competition, Dodge and Ford, and you'll discover many important Chevrolet selling advantages. Let's look at the economy of operation first. For 1981, Chevrolet engineers have made numerous advancements that add to the Chevy van's overall efficiency. Reduced rolling resistance was a major goal. The more easily the vehicle rolls, the better the fuel economy, all other things being equal. New low-drag front disc brakes and the use of high-pressure, easy-rolling radial tires, standard on all models under 8,500 pounds GVWR, has helped reach the goal. The result? A Chevy van needs less power from the engine to get rolling and keep rolling when compared to last year's model. To demonstrate how easily the '81 Chevy van rolls, we matched it up against an equivalent Ford Econoline. Both have similar equipment. Both are operating at the same speed. Then, without using the brakes of either vehicle, transmissions are shifted into neutral, allowing both vans to coast. Let's see how far they roll. The Ford stops here. But the Chevy van keeps rolling and rolling. Finally, it stops here, nearly 250 feet further than the Ford. A good indication that this Chevy van is easier rolling than the Ford. New advanced engine technology also has enhanced the efficiency and economical operation of a Chevy van. Until now, buyers heavily concerned with fuel economy have usually opted for a 6-cylinder engine. If more horsepower and acceleration were needed, the buyer moved to a V8 engine. Thus, van buyers were faced with a choice between two engines, a 6 for economy a V8 for more power. The development of an innovative electronic spark control system has made it possible for a Chevy van to be equipped with a high-compression V8 engine that offers horsepower and torque similar to many large V8s. Yet, it offers comparable fuel economy to some 6-cylinder vans, and it runs on low-octane, unleaded fuel. To demonstrate the impressive acceleration of this engine, we matched a G20 Chevy van equipped with the new 5-liter V8 and electronic spark control against a Ford E150 Econoline with a 5-liter engine under the hood. Both vehicles have automatic transmissions and, for all practical purposes, are nearly identical in equipment and options. Now, watch as they accelerate full throttle down this quarter-mile track. The Chevy van gets there first, a strong indication that the Chevy van in this demonstration offers significantly better acceleration. Now, let's see how well the Chevy performs against the Dodge B250 with a larger 5.2-liter V8. The Chevy beats the Dodge, too. There's good reason why Chevy's 5-liter V8 performs so well. It offers significantly more horsepower than Ford and Dodge V8s, even though they have similar displacements. It offers 23 more horses than the Ford, 25 more horses than the Dodge. This new Chevy engine even has more horsepower than Ford's larger 5.8-liter V8, and just 15 less horsepower than Dodge's 5.9-liter V8. With that much horsepower, you'd expect to pay a penalty in fuel consumption. When comparing the EPA estimates for the Chevy, Ford, and Dodge equipped with their respective 5-liter engines, it's the Chevy van that has the higher estimated MPG and better highway estimates with either a manual 3-speed or automatic transmission. But let's see how the Chevy van matches up to the Ford Econoline and compare EPA mileage estimates for both 6-cylinder and V8 engines. We'll focus on the federal EPA estimates. California figures will generally be lower. See your study guide or the 81 EPA mileage booklet for details. Let's compare the G10 Chevy van and the E150 Ford Econoline. In the 6-cylinder category, a base Chevy G10 with the 4.1-liter 6 and 3-speed manual transmission has an EPA estimated MPG of 18, 25 estimated highway. The 6-cylinder Econoline has a 1 MPG advantage in estimated MPG and a 1 MPG disadvantage in the highway estimate. Now, let's look at the EPA figures for V8 engines. And remember, approximately half of all vans are equipped with V8 power. The Chevy G10, equipped with the 5-liter 2-barrel V8 and manual transmission, has an estimated MPG of 16, 20 estimated highway. The E150 Econoline, with a 5-liter 2-barrel V8, has a lower estimated MPG and a higher highway estimate. Now, let's compare the new 5-liter V8 with electronic spark control against an E150 equipped with a 5.8-liter V8. Look at the difference in the estimated MPGs. The estimated MPG of Chevy's 5-liter is 3 more than Ford's. Estimated highway is 4 MPG better. Not a fair comparison? Remember, the 5-liter V8 with electronic spark control offers more horsepower despite its smaller size. Now let's compare fuel economy with Chevy's best-selling G20 van and the Econoline E250. Because the large majority of these vans are ordered with automatic transmissions, we're going to use the EPA estimates for vans equipped with automatics. The 6-cylinder G20, 16 estimated MPG, 22 estimated highway. The Econoline E250 equipped with a 6, same estimated MPG, but a lower highway estimate. Now, compare V8 engines. Compare 5-liter V8s with 2-barrel carburetors. The G20 tops the E250 again. Here's a major story. When compared against an E250 Econoline equipped with a 5.8-liter engine, the G20, Chevy's 5-liter V8 with electronic spark control, has a 4 MPG advantage in the city, and the estimated highway figure is 6 miles per gallon better. It even beats out Ford's 6-cylinder engine with an automatic transmission. Truly remarkable, considering it offers 160 net horsepower. Now let's talk about utility, what a van is all about. Utility to handle big, heavy cargoes with ease and convenience. Chevy's side door is a little more than 44 inches wide, a hair over 49 inches high. Ford's sliding side door is an inch shorter, which may not seem like much until that inch isn't there. And it's 4 inches narrower. For Dodge, the height is 2 inches less than Chevy's and almost 4.5 inches narrower. A Chevy van's side door is bigger than either of the other two, and that makes it easier to load large, bulky cargo. And around at the back, Chevy's rear door openings are also the biggest of the three. Here's a large crate being unloaded from Chevy's large rear door openings. Now, try to get this same crate into the Dodge. It can't be done. The opening is simply too narrow. And the same goes for the Ford. The chickens have to be loaded the hard way. The Chevy van simply admits higher and wider loads than either competitor, through either the sliding side or rear doors. On the inside, a Chevy van adds to utility of loading convenience because it offers a greater maximum loading length and greater width between wheel housings than either the Ford or Dodge. And when it comes to the utility of hauling big payloads in an enclosed space, Chevy's best-selling long-wheelbase G20 van can handle up to 2,713 pounds of gross payload, including cargo, equipment, and passengers. That's 353 pounds more than Ford's popular E150 can handle, or the equivalent weight of this stack of lettuce. But Chevrolet efficiency is also evident in the fact that a long-wheelbase Chevy van is big on the inside, yet shorter in overall length than the long-wheelbase Econoline. And that helps it get in and out of tight spaces. Now, take, for instance, Chevy's hard-working G30 van and compare its turning circle against the Ford E350. The Chevy's turning circle is nearly 11 feet smaller. As you can readily see, when it comes to efficiency, economy of operation, and utility, the Chevy van offers key value advantages, key reasons why today's van prospects should take an important step ahead and choose Chevrolet to meet their demands for hauling cargo in an efficiency-minded vehicle. Over the past decade, the Chevrolet LUV truck has become a resounding success because this light utility vehicle has met the growing need for a vehicle that's efficiently sized and can handle big tasks with impressive economy and maneuverability. And this should be even more true for 1981 with the introduction of the all-new Series 11 LUV. It's completely restyled to meet today's tougher demands. There's a sleeker, sportier, more aerodynamic look on the outside. Inside, more room to conduct business or relax in, with more leg and shoulder room, and a host of new convenience features. But the Series 11 LUV is not alone in the compact pickup market. There's a wide choice out there to choose from. Datsun, Chrysler's Dodge Ram 50, Courier, Toyota, and Volkswagen's Rabbit. How does LUV stack up against the competition? Compare, and you'll find that the Series 11 LUV offers key value advantages in the areas that most prospects are concerned with. There's no question that newness sells. It attracts buyers and helps swing the deal. All the other, The long wheelbase model, for example, in a half-foot pickup box, longest available, so it can carry longer cargo. The long wheelbase model's fuel tank capacity of 19.1 gallons is unbeatable. A